Hello, I'm Sarah Fennick. Welcome to Bank Binary's Asset Roundup. This month, we're going to examine the economic effects of tensions between the USA and Russia on European stocks, gold and the euro. The Crimean crisis marked the beginning of a destabilizing period between Russia and the West, with a clear line of division emerging between the Western powers and Russia. The crisis has sent the Russian ruble into a tailspin and initiated rounds of sanctions between the West and Russia. With tensions starting to escalate, the Ukrainian government has decided to take decisive action against what it sees as Russian-sponsored terrorism and unrest within the country. This has had far-reaching effects on the financial markets. European economic sentiment is bearish and is so for several reasons. The Ukrainian crisis is the number one source of uncertainty, but the International Monetary Fund has also revised its forecast for global growth downwards. By the close of trade on Tuesday, the 8th of April, the FTSE 100 index dropped 0.49% to close at 6,590.69. The German DAX 30 in Frankfurt retreated to 9,490.79, down 0.21%. In Paris, the CAC 40 index closed at 4,424.83 points, down 0.25%. Along with the poor outlook for European stocks were the recent severe winter conditions in the US. There are now fears that the cold weather will start to bite into company profits. There is a low appetite for risk-seeking behavior among investors right now, especially in view of the recent developments in the Ukraine-Russia crisis. The international community fears that the Ukraine may become embroiled in a bitter civil war, which will have far-reaching implications for global stability. The IMF has cited many variables as the reasons for revising its global growth forecast. These include the Ukraine crisis, the Federal Reserve Bank's policy with regards to quantitative easing, the loss of confidence in and poor performance of emerging market economies, and the slowing down of the Chinese economy. However, both the US and China are viewed as strong performers, and growth forecasts of 3.6% for 2014 and 3.9% for 2015 are expected. On the flip side, the IMF announced a positive expectation regarding European Union performance for 2014. An upwards revision to the tune of 0.2% to 1.2% for the year is penciled in. France is also facing some austerity measures as it seeks to make good on its promise to produce 50 billion in savings over the next 3 years. This is necessary for France to maintain its deficit to GDP ratio of under 3%, that is. The French Prime Minister is expected to cut labour costs by 30 billion and to reduce taxes for those who are most hard hit in the country. The euro managed to gain against the dollar as it moved from $1.3740 to $1.3799. The slight strengthening of the euro is the result of high-ranking European central bank officials not giving much traction to the idea that the eurozone economy will need stimulation with virtually non-existent inflation. Meanwhile, Bank Binary analysts are encouraged by the resilience of gold. The precious metal has shown surprising strength in the face of ongoing uncertainty in the market. The gold price soared briefly during the Crimean crisis but started to pull back as calm returned to the markets. On Friday, 4th of April, US investors decided that technology and biotech shares were overvalued and decided to dump tech stocks en masse. The sentiment rapidly spread throughout the world and impacted heavily on Asian stocks. The strength of the Japanese yen against major world currencies has driven the Japan Nikkei index down in tandem with the massive sell-offs of tech biotech stocks on Wall Street. By Monday, 7th of April, the heavy fall slowed right down, and by Tuesday, the 8th of April, gold was already in favor once again. The gold price spiked to $1,309.50 on Tuesday in London, up from $1,299 on Monday, the 7th of April. Bullion has retained favor as a store of value and may well prove to be a security to watch for as the crisis in the Ukraine continues to develop. I'm Sarah Fennick. This has been Bank Binary's Asset Roundup for April 2014. Don't forget to contact your account manager about this month's investment opportunities. In the upcoming week, we have US unemployment claims scheduled for release on Friday, the 8th of May. I hope you all have a very successful month on the markets. Until next month, goodbye.